Oh good, my computer's restarting. 'Cause it hates me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Last week was St. Patrick's Day, and coming from a big Irish family on my mom's side, Irish, Scottish, very Gaelic people, this holiday coming up meant that we did nothing. We didn't celebrate at all. We made beef stew and watched Masked Singer like any other typical Wednesday night. But one thing that I thought I would do was to cover Luck of the Irish. You remember that movie on Disney Channel? It's been so long since I've covered a Disney Channel movie. And I've been thinking about this one with the passage of St. Patrick's Day, and oh my god, I forgot how weird it is. So I thought I'd watch it with you guys and voice my thoughts. My computer is still updating. Okay, you know what? Make me watch a movie on my phone. Fine. We'll put the phone there and pretend like my computer is actually doing its job. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, quick heads up, there's some unpleasant flashing in just the first sequence, so it's not throughout, it's just for this first bit, so I want you to know that if that affects you at all.
Everyone in the world is different from everyone else.
Yes, Kyle. What a stellar observation you've just made.
That's easy to see. Just look.
This movie tells you what to expect from it right away by, opening the movie by talking about, diversity and how it's important to learn about and respect where your family comes from. They do that by focusing on, the most upfront, stereotypical portrayals of different types of people. I can't speak to most of these, I can only speak to my own heritage, which, trust me, we're getting to. But, this feels a little heavy-handed, does it not?
Hey! I'm down here!
So this is our main man, Kyle. He's having a nightmare about Heritage Day because it's coming up at his school and he has no idea about his family's heritage. His parents just don't want to talk about it.
You'll do fine, Kyle. You always do. Here, have some yogurt and a fruit bar.
And just like every, detached from reality Disney Channel parent, he's like, hey, I've been having these traumatic night terrors. And they're like, eat a fruit bar and some yogurt, son. That'll make it better.
Where's our family from, Dad?
We're from right here, son.
So they have no intention of talking about where their family's from, which is very suspicious.
We moved here from Cleveland.
We're Americans, Kyle. That's all the heritage we need.
Yes, the American heritage of fast food and reality TV on VH1. What a rich culture we're all steeped in here.
Don't forget to wear your lucky coin.
That should have been a dead giveaway that they were Irish right away. Irish moms are so superstitious. Mine, among other things, has a thing about pennies. Lucky pennies. If you come across a penny that's heads up, you have to pick it up or you will have bad luck. And if you come across a penny heads down, you are not allowed to pick it up because then you will also have bad luck. The Irish are not lucky naturally, if history tells us anything, so, we find luck wherever we can. His lucky coin works out very well for him, though. He's on the basketball team. He just kind of sinks shots without even trying to.
I was one lucky guy.
Gets kissed by the lead cheerleader, has a bunch of friends. Just an annoying amount of luck.
You know I'm in charge of the Heritage Day Committee.
And then this girl, Bonnie, she comes up. She's in charge of the Heritage Day Committee. And she's like,
I wanted to know what you're gonna do for Heritage Day.
where the hell is your family from? You've got to do something for Heritage Day. And he's like, psh, heritage?
I mean, this whole Heritage Day thing. It's like so public television.
Who cares about that, right?
It's like so 10 minutes ago. Now sports. That's what's happening now. That's where I'm coming from.
I care nothing of heritage. I only care about sport ball. So now they're in class learning about immigration and how America was cultivated, which, oh boy, American history is just such a series of depressing things, is it not? Kyle's not paying attention, so he runs out of time for his test and just kind of, randomly picks a bunch of answers.
Guessing at the answers. In real life, you can't depend on luck to make up for not knowing.
And the teacher goes to lecture him about how that's not cool and then looks at it and he randomly got every single one right because of that lucky coin. And then he goes home to have dinner with his parents and try again to learn about his heritage.
So is this like Italian food or something?
Sees spaghetti and meatballs. Is this Italian food or something?
Oh, I just thought, maybe it was like an old family recipe.
You're lucky your mom makes you such healthy meals, Kyle.
His parents are still acting very sketchy about the whole thing.
I mean, if you go back far enough, we couldn't have always lived in Cleveland. Unless we're Indians.
Native Americans.
We're not Indians, are we?
Native Americans.
Just because some people are obsessed with where their ancestors came from doesn't mean you have to be too.
Mom, I'm not obsessed.
Being an individual is what America's all about, Kyle.
Not really vibing with Kyle's parents. They're kind of giving me all lives matter energy. Oh, look, my computer decided to do something. You're so kind to grace me with your help, computer. So the next day, Kyle goes to the library to try to research his family history for himself. And bless him, he's just typing the name Johnson into the computer and hoping for the best.
Here, move over, let me try.
Bonnie tries to help him.
It's my job to help the heritage impaired.
I really like the term heritage impaired. It's such a fun way to say uncultured white person.
Okay, what about your mother's family? Where were they from?
Never really thought about my mom's family.
I like the idea that this teenage kid is just now figuring out how genetics work.
You don't even know your mother's maiden name.
How?
I couldn't tell Bonnie that I thought my mom and dad were hiding something from me.
So he goes snooping through his dad's stuff. He finds out that he changed his name, his last name.
Bob Johnson wasn't in it.
Robert Smith.
My last name is Belgian, and it's the verbal equivalent of falling downstairs. So I'm just jealous of people with names that can fit on forms. So he's talking to his best friend about it and just showing off his incredible luck when it comes to playing basketball.
Hey, check it out. Somebody lost $10.
He just keeps finding random money on the ground.
I saw that guy on TV once. No, the thing behind him.
And then he sees an advertisement for this Irish festival, and he realizes that he recognizes the symbol on the poster for being his coin, his lucky coin.
You know what? I think this guy's Irish. Maybe my mom's Irish.
So they put it together. Maybe Kyle is Irish. So they're at this loud festival.
Top of the morning to you.
Good job, kid. Stranger danger. You don't talk to strangers.
They have these good luck thingies like yours.
Those are just, fake. Mine's real gold.
Okay, mister. Didn't know I was Irish until 5 minutes ago.
Did you make those yourself?
And then this old Irish man comes up and starts asking him about his shoes.
Yeah, you buy them at a store?
It's a store, is it? Oh.
He's like, kids these days don't even know how to make shoes.
Good Irish leather, huh? You can't put your feet up there.
Yeah, gross. Get your feet off the counter, dude. And then he just tosses a bunch of quarters and they all fall in a neat little stack, and then
Where'd he go?
off he goes into the mist.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seamus McTiernan.
Oh yeah, and to all my Psych fans, you'll appreciate this. You remember Lassie?
If you're hailed from the shores of the Emerald Isle,
Carlton Lassiter? Yeah, he's the bad guy in this.
if the blood in your veins is as green as a shamrock,
We love to see it. He, of course, in this movie is known as the Saint of Step. They start doing like an Irish step dance.
Kyle, what are you doing?
I don't know, I can't help it.
And then Kyle just starts automatically step dancing to the music. He can't stop. He's just too Irish. The next day, he's at home reading this book. Everything you ever wanted to know about being Irish, but were too afraid to ask. Yes, all our furniture is made out of potatoes, just carved potatoes. And immediately, weird things are happening to Kyle. And his mom,
Top of the morning to you.
Miss Americana as of yesterday,
Did you do something to your hair, Mom?
I just thought I'd try a more natural look.
is now all of a sudden like the female embodiment of the Lucky Charms leprechaun.
Does Mom sound a wee bit...
Oh no, the accents are taking over.
It's about me family, Kyle.
Hey, why don't we just go out and
We're Irish.
You don't say. Oh, I'll never forget that solemn day my parents sat me down and broke it to me that we were Irish. And why did they keep this big secret, according to her?
I wanted to protect you, Kyle. From the jokes and the dirty jobs nobody else would take. And the signs in the shop windows saying, no Irish need apply.
Okay, that happened and it sucked, but it was over 100 years ago. This movie was made in the early 2000s. I've never been denied a job because of my Irishness. We very much benefit from that whole white privilege thing America's so fond of. Gross.
I remember when I was a little boy, my mother used to make bacon and eggs every morning for breakfast.
Okay, calm down, Dad. We know you're from Cleveland.
Margarine on it, and then...
Oh my god.
Hen's eggs and a rasher of bacon. Potato cakes, bangers, and a black and white pudding.
What's black and white pudding?
Blood sausage and pork sausage.
Blood sausage and pork sausage. And I packed some crabines and Kilcannon for your lunch.
Ugh. Hey, Irish people are kind of touch and go with the whole culinary scene, but we're not that bad. So he's just sent off to school with this pail of meat. But his bad luck continues, and you probably know where this is going.
I guess it must be the luck of the Irish.
Everything goes wrong for this kid. He gets splash.
It must fall like...
His bag rip. Lunch goes sploosh. And he can't sink a single basket to save his life. He tells Bonnie that he's Irish, and they get into a fight about how everything is super easy for this kid.
Lucky shot.
Yeah, if it's so easy, you sink a basket, Kyle. Didn't think so, Kyle. And then he proceeds to fail miserably at the first of the playoff games.
You can do it, boyo!
His mom shows up, fully dressed like Jakers from Jakers, The Adventures of Piggly-Winks. Oh, and now Kyle's getting shorter on top of everything else. Hurts, doesn't it?
Gee, smell something, Dad. Dad, smells like something's burning.
Something on fire?
Ah, boys, there's nothing like a peat fire to put the taste of air in your breakfast.
What? Alright, so after the mom nearly burns the house down for the sake of the old country, Kyle goes back to school, gets made fun of by everybody for almost costing them the championship.
If that object is attracted to the magnet, then it must contain either iron, cobalt, or nickel.
And then they're learning about metal in class, and he realizes that his lucky coin is attracted to this magnet, which means it is not gold, which means it's not his lucky coin.
This isn't my lucky coin.
Whoa, check out that hair.
Around the same time, he realizes that he's turning into a full-fledged redhead. So he goes home to talk to his parents, and guess what?
There's something your mother and I need to tell you, son.
I'm a leprechaun, Kyle.
Ah, okay.
I mean, when I first met your mother,
You're not a leprechaun too.
No. I'm from Cleveland. It's probably just an allergic reaction.
What allergic reaction causes this?
Me? You mean I'm a leprechaun too?
So Kyle's half leprechaun.
As long as the O'Reillys have their luck, every member of the clan can pass as a normal human.
And the whole family, who used to be able to pass for human, is now regressing back into leprechaun form because he lost his lucky coin.
Your lucky coin. That's the luck of the Clan O'Reilly.
So he's like, Mom, stop playing the flute for 2 seconds. I have to talk to you about the lucky coin.
The miserable old sinner to play such a trick, and you his own grandson.
She tells him that, hey, that old guy that you ran into at the fair, yeah, that's your grandpa. And he probably took your coin to get back at me. There's a lot of animosity between the two of them. The grandfather, of course, runs a potato chip factory. So they show up at his factory to confront him.
Why don't I ever get to see him? Because I'm not a leprechaun.
The dad explains that the grandfather has cut off all communication with them because the daughter married outside of leprechaun lineage and the grandfather's a leprechaun blood purist. What is this that I'm watching? I forgot most of this. So they get kicked out, but then the tour group from Kyle's school with Bonnie on it. The Young Achievers tour shows up, so Kyle just kind of sneaks in with them.
Yes.
Will we get to meet Mr. O'Reilly?
Not obvious at all, Kyle. You keep doing you. That's a good plan. So Bonnie's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And so he doesn't really want to tell her, but then they get caught on the security cam, so they have to run from security.
Why doesn't he like your father?
Because he's not a leprechaun.
You know, leprechaun problems. They're zooming down this teeny tiny hallway where they use the same clip twice, and then they crash. And eventually he meets his granddad.
Yeah. At least I found my granddad.
You have pointy leprechaun ears, Kyle.
You took my real coin and switched it with this fake one so I would know about it.
I did no such thing, Bio.
So he's like, you have my coin. And the granddad's like, no, I don't.
Now, why aren't you getting short as fast as my mom did?
It's not easy for an old man to change.
Well, that explains almost nothing, sir.
And I might still be a short order chef if it had not been for a bit of luck one day when I sliced the spuds too thin.
We find out that the grandfather invented potato chips.
Do you have to do that?
Of course I do. I'm Irish. That's how I manifest despair.
Okay, that is kind of a huge mood.
You know, maybe they already caught the guy who did it. You know, I'm sure we could talk to Seamus McTiernan.
What? This pettywhacker?
They put it together that the guy who actually stole the coin was, you know, Lassie, the guy. I'm just gonna keep calling him Lassie. That's not his name. He's like Seamus something in this, but he's Lassie to me, always will be. They go out to the car, and poor Bonnie just has to, like, look on as the family's just having this weird leprechaun family dispute.
Let bygones be bygones.
And then they all decide to team up so that they don't all have to be leprechauns forever.
Kyle? Hey, Kyle!
They pick up Russell, the best friend. By this time, the granddad is already growing a very long leprechaun beard, and he's driving around in this very green convertible.
Can you not see that the road is clear?
Miss Johnson?
Hello, Russell.
Yeah, they're all kind of expecting Kyle's friends to just kind of conform to this idea of leprechauns pretty easily. I feel like everybody needs a minute to let that, like, process. They manage to find Lassie's tour bus, and he's got all of these gold coins, like a pot of gold coins, like any leprechaun would aspire to have in there, so before they can get in there and get their coin back, he catches them, so they go on this weird, like, car chase with the tour bus.
Why don't you give him some of that corned beef and cabbage there, Patrick?
And in case you forgot, they're all Irish, so he throws them off his tail by throwing corned beef and cabbage out the window at them. And then they're caught in the pouring rain with a broken down car, and Bonnie has to, like, be the family therapist. Poor Bonnie.
I mean, when the Irish came to America, things were tough. And they had to work at jobs other people wouldn't take. And they didn't get paid what they deserved.
Well, at least they got paid.
Jesus, he's got a point. So it stops raining, everybody tries to be positive. There's this whole backstory about how Bonnie wants to play basketball but isn't allowed to. I don't know. That is so many shoes to have in the back of your car, Granddad.
Hey, look, there's a rainbow.
Hey, maybe there's a pot of gold at the end of it.
They see a rainbow, and because they're a family of leprechauns, they're like, let's go find the end of the rainbow. And directly at the end of the rainbow is the tour bus with the pot of gold in it. So leprechauns do know what's up in the way of gold. They decide to jump in and try to steal their coin back while Lassie and all of his tour bus friends are in this pub singing pub songs, which is a very funny thing because everybody knows one of the staples of Irish culture is drinking, but of course this is a Disney Channel show, so, you know, they can't show people consuming alcohol, so this is the best they get, I guess. Like, maybe that's why it feels so devoid of actual Irish culture. The granddad breaks into the safe with his leprechaun magic.
This is my coin. I can tell it's like this weird feeling.
Kyle immediately finds his coin with his leprechaun magic, and then the granddad wants to steal the whole pot of gold. And Kyle's like, we can't do that, it's stealing.
The streets aren't paved with gold, Kyle.
And the granddad's like, but we're leprechauns.
We didn't come to America to steal.
And he's just convinced him to not do that when a gold tornado comes and sucks up the granddad.
O'Reilly.
And then Lassie comes in with the granddad 2 seconds later, so I'm not sure why he couldn't just run in just as easily and apprehend them anyway.
I'll make a bet with you.
What wager is it?
So he bets Lassie that he could beat him at sports, and if he does, he gets his coin back. So they're magically transported to this green where they compete in a bunch of Celtic sports.
It's a king we had in Ireland, and it's a king I'll be. King of the leprechauns.
I guess Lassie wants all the gold coins of all the leprechaun families in existence so that he can be king of the leprechauns. But they tie, and since that means that Kyle didn't win, Lassie's like, I get to keep your coin, and also I'm going to hold your grandfather captive for all of time.
I bet I can beat you at basketball, even without my lucky coin.
But he makes him one final bet where he's like, I can beat you at basketball, and then you'll have to give me my coin back and let my granddad go.
And never leave the shores of Erie again.
And then you'll be banished to live in the land of my father. So they're immediately transported to the championship high school basketball game.
Hello, old man.
Granddad's just chilling up here on top of the backboard. And Lassie and his fellow leprechauns are playing the opposition team. I wonder what's going on, because, like, everybody else is looking on, and obviously they can't see all of the, like, leprechaun-ness going on. But, like, nobody, like, they're the entire opposition team, so did nobody stop and be like, those 35-year-old guys are playing against a bunch of high schoolers?
Oh, he's got all the luck he needs right in here.
So they're losing pretty badly, and then Kyle remembers that he's an Irish leprechaun, and the luck has been inside his heart the whole time. And so it's all tied up. He's got a minute left. He's about to win the game.
Give me the ball!
Oh, good God. I'd forgotten about that, too. I'm so horrified for a number of reasons.
You've lost to the boy, Seamus. He beat you fair and square.
So he has to give him his coin back and let his granddad go. And then he's like, remember that part about how you'll have to live on the lakes of Erie, the land of my father, for all the time?
The land of your fathers isn't Erie, boyo. It's Era.
And Lassie's like, yeah, but that's not a big deal. I mean, I want to go back to Ireland. Don't we all?
My father's from Cleveland.
And then he's like, joke's on you, my dad's from Cleveland. And Lassie's like, oh, shit. And then he turns into a leprechaun and gets banished to Cleveland forever. Oh, I'm sorry for laughing if you're from Cleveland. It's probably lovely there. I've never been. But he gets his coin back. They win the game. None of them have to be leprechauns. They can live normal lives.
Did your daughter not tell you she's been all day interviewing for our scholarship program?
His granddad tells Bonnie's dad that he'll give her a scholarship if only she's allowed to play basketball, which is what she wants to do. So she gets to play basketball, good for her. And then it ends with Heritage Day, with Kyle doing a traditional Irish step dance. With some modifications.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
Oh no.
From California to the New York Island.
I mean, technically, we're on stolen land. I get the sentiment, but still, it's not our land, fellow white people. But anyway, that's the end of the movie. How is this simultaneously the most and least Irish movie ever? Like, I remember that movie Leap Year getting a lot of flack for, you know, not, like, having the whole, like, Irish geography figured out and everything, and, like, you know, driving actual people from Ireland crazy. That may be, but I'd like to turn everyone's attention to this. This is hilarious. Do I feel any closer to my own heritage? No. But have I had a good laugh? Yes, I have. Oh, I'm so glad to be covering Disney Channel movies again. I've missed them so much. Which Disney Channel movie should I cover next? I've got quite a few in my requests, so I promise it will not be too terribly long before you see another video about one. But with all of that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. Thank you guys. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Damn, I want some fried potatoes now. God. Cottage pie. I'm hungry.